So it's July 5th, 1986, and Jim Crockett Promotions decides, you know what Charlotte needs? Everything. Memorial Stadium is packed with 23,000 fans, red, white, and blue patriotism, and enough spectacle to confuse this for a county fair sponsored by testosterone.
That's right, Tony. We've got fireworks, flags, and a crowd so big it looks like they're about to storm Normandy. But instead, they're here to watch Ric Flair bleed. All this pageantry just to watch a tag team guy get locked in a fence with a man who owns more robes than Liberace.
Now, this was no ordinary title defense. This match came with months of bad blood, simmering resentment, and one champion who simply could not handle the fact that Ricky Morton was more popular with teenage girls than he was.
We're just saying something because Flair's entire personality is midlife crisis with abs.
You see, Ricky Morton, despite being just a tag wrestler, had rock star level popularity, screaming fans, posters on bedroom walls, probably accidental marriages in the front row.
And Ric Flair, a man who believes all admiration in the universe belongs to him, took this very personally.
Naturally, Flair saw Ricky Morton and thought, why is this man stealing my fan base? I wore feathers for this.
Things escalated quickly, and what is now wrestling folklore Flair and the Four Horsemen ambushed Morton backstage, grinding his face into a concrete floor and breaking his nose. Things escalated quickly, and what is now wrestling folklore Flair and the Four Horsemen ambushed Morton backstage, grinding his face into a concrete floor and breaking his nose.
Ah yes, the Four Horsemen. Proof that friendship means never letting your buddy commit assault alone.
The attack left Morton bloodied, battered, and wrapped in more bandages than a low-budget mummy movie. But importantly, it did not break his spirit.
That's right. Morton later cut a defiant promo, face completely wrapped up, basically saying, you may have destroyed my face, but my heart remains annoyingly intact.
And the only way to settle it? Lock them in a steel cage after a country concert and several aerial stunts, because restraint is for cowards.
So by the time the Great American Bash finally rolls around in Charlotte, Ricky Morton is still held together by medical tape, stubbornness, and pure spite. His face hasn't healed from Flair's earlier attack, so he comes to the ring wearing a protective face mask. Part safety equipment, part visual reminder that Ric Flair is a terrible person.
That's not a mask, Tony, that's a receipt. Every time the camera zooms, it's basically screaming this man was assaulted.
Quite right. Morton's mask serves as a symbol of Flair's cruelty, and also as a warning label. Somewhere in the building, a doctor is shaking his head and quietly updating an insurance form.
Meanwhile, Ric Flair looks at this emotionally charged, deeply personal feud and thinks, yes, but what if I arrive like a Bond villain?
Indeed, ever the showman, Flair does not simply walk to the ring. No, he arrives via WSOC-TV Channel 9 helicopter, descending from the heavens like a very expensive midlife crisis.
The helicopter lands in the outfield, the blade still spinning, and out steps Ric Flair in a full sequined robe, strutting like he personally invented helicopter sequins and confidence.
Look at him, Gordon. He's walking like the air itself owes him money. Somewhere a pilot is thinking, I trained years for this?
And if that wasn't enough, Flair brings along local sportscaster Harold Johnson as a guest ring announcer because nothing says serious blood feud like celebrity endorsements.
You know, I have expected Flair to bring out a weatherman to predict a 100% chance of cheating.
The crowd, of course, is whipped into an absolute frenzy. Boos, cheers, disbelief, it's all there. The match hasn't even started, and Flair has already turned this into a Broadway production with aviation support.
So, with Morton masked, wounded, and waiting in the cage, and Flair freshly delivered from the sky like wrestling royalty, the stage is set, literally from above, for a violent, emotional showdown.
Steel cage, broken nose, helicopter entrance. This isn't just a match. It's 1986 aggressively refusing to calm down.
Fans buckle up. The chopper may be gone, but the madness is just getting started. There's the bell. Ricky Morton wastes no time. He charges Flair immediately. I like Morton's aggression right from the start. He's been waiting months to get his hands on Flair, and you can feel the intensity. Morton rams Flair straight into the steel cage wall.
Ricky Morton is wrestling with a protective face mask over his nose, thanks to Flair's prior handiwork, and he's using it to his advantage. He just headbutted Flair with that hard mask. Flair reels back, and the crowd explodes. You have to like Morton's strategy here. Target Flair's face and give him a taste of his own medicine.
That's right, he's going for Flair's $1 million nose like it's on the clearance rack. Ricky is absolutely unloading on Flair. Punches, face rakes.
Now Flair finally finds an opening. A classic knee to the midsection. The old trick in the book, straight to the gut, doubles Morton over and stops his momentum. Flair follows with a stinging knife-edge chop across Morton's chest. Ooh, you could hear that in the upper decks. Flair's trying to slow this match down to his pace now.
I don't like how Flair got out of trouble here, but I can't deny it was effective. He went back to basics. When in doubt, you knee him and chop him. Morton felt those chops for sure. His chest might be redder than his bandana soon.
Flair now grabs Morton Wyatt and rips at that protective face mask. Oh no, Flair is unlacing it. This is disgusting. He's trying to tear off Morton's only protection when the challenger is fighting back with punches, but Flair yanks the mask clean off Ricky's face. The crowd gasps. I don't like this one bit. Morton's injured nose is now completely exposed.
And there goes the mask, sailing out of the cage like yesterday's garbage. Flair just tossed Morton's mask over the top of the cage in a show of utter disrespect. The champion is grinning through the pain, holding his own face for a moment. You can tell that nose is throbbing from Ricky's earlier assault, but he looks immensely pleased with himself for removing the mask.
The match continues, and Flair is dragging Ricky back up and perhaps looking to inflict more punishment. But wait, inside cradle, Morton with a surprise small package out of nowhere. 1, 2, Flair kicks out just in time. Wow, that was so close it gave me whiplash. Ricky Morton nearly stole the win with pure instinct there.
That was a beautiful desperation move by Morton. Flair is startled. You can see his eyes widen. It's the first time in several minutes that Flair's confidence has wavered. The champion almost got caught sleeping.
And listen to this place, the crowd just ignited like a powder keg after that near fall. They thought Ricky had it won. I like the hope we're seeing. The fans are the edge of their seats. Those who haven't been standing the whole time, that is.
Morton perches on the top rope, measuring Flair. Flying crossbody off the top. He crashes onto Flair. Big high crossbody. Cover by Morton. 1, 2. No. Flair kicks out at 2.5. That was incredibly close. Tony, that crossbody was the exact move Flair used to beat Harley Race for the title at Starrcade 83. Morton nearly turned history on the Nature Boy.
I thought that was it. If wrestling had instant replay, we'd be watching that near fall a dozen times. Ricky almost beat Flair with Flair's own favorite top rope move. How poetic would that have been? This crowd is getting insane. They thought it was 3. So did I, honestly. That was a field goal to Morton's family jewels, and it might have just deflated the entire stadium's hope. The boos are thunderous. If hatred could make someone explode, Flair would be in tiny pieces right now.
Now Flair, with a crazed look, hauls the limp Morton off the mat. He's setting Ricky up. What's he doing? Oh. Flair just dropped Ricky Morton groin first across the top rope. Ouch. He lifted Morton and fell forward, bringing Ricky down hard onto the rope cable right between the legs. That is diabolical. As if the low blow wasn't enough, Flair's making absolutely sure Morton won't be walking straight after tonight.
Morton is in excruciating pain, essentially hung out to dry on that top rope before collapsing to the canvas. The challenger's resilience has finally met a cruel, illegal roadblock, and Flair isn't wasting any time now. Tommy Young is regaining his senses, and Flair is crawling on top of Morton for the pin.
Look at this snake. Ric Flair is propping his feet up on the middle rope for extra leverage on the pin. Even now, he just can't help himself. 1, 2, 3. The ref counts it. He didn't even see the feet on the ropes. It's over. Flair got the pin.
Are you kidding me? Ric Flair steals the victory with his feet on the ropes in the cage? What a travesty. I don't like how the champion won this match at all. Flair used every underhanded trick. Low blows, interference with the cage, rope leverage, you name it. But officially, Ric Flair retains the World Heavyweight title.
An incredible match tainted by a dirty finish. The fans here are letting Flair know exactly how they feel about it. The chorus of boos is deafening as the bloody, exhausted Flair has his hand raised by the ref, who blissfully missed the cheating. Debris is starting to fly toward the cage from some angry fans. This could get ugly.
I hope that helicopter's still nearby and warmed up. Flair might need a quick escape route. The Nature Boy's a complete mess, crimson mask on his face, limping, holding his title belt tight, but he's smirking through the blood. He knows he got away by the skin of his teeth and the steel of the cage tonight.
What an absolute war we just witnessed. Ricky Morton may not have won the championship, but he won the hearts of this crowd. He took Flair to the limit for over 20 minutes and showed beyond a doubt that he belongs in that ring with the world champion. I like the fight and heart we saw from Morton. He gave Flair everything he could handle and then some.
Indeed, Morton's performance was nothing short of phenomenal. He dished out as much punishment as he absorbed, and he had Flair beat on a couple of occasions, if not for fate, and Flair's chicanery intervening. In the end, Flair's experience, and let's be honest, his rule-breaking, made the difference. I may not like Flair's tactics, but you can't deny he knows every trick in the book and then writes a few new chapters.
This match had everything: blood, guts, drama, and even a helicopter. It was like a blockbuster action movie, and we were crackling jokes through the whole thing. I gotta say, I love the wild ride, but I hated the cheap ending. Classic Flair indeed, pulling victory from the jaws of defeat by kicking someone in the jaws of manhood.
Absolutely. Despite the loss, Ricky Morton's stock has soared. He proved he could hang with the Man in a singles main event. And Ric Flair, love him or hate him, he showed why he's still the champion. Resourceful, resilient, and ruthless.
Final match from our wrestling crew. Great match, dirty finish. We laughed, we cried. Well, Ricky's eyes watered at least. And we learned that if Ric Flair ever invites you on a helicopter ride, you say, no thanks. I value my face.
On that note, fans, thank you for joining us for this one-of-a-kind review. It's been Squared Circle Stories coming to you from the Great American Bash 1986. We hope you had as much fun as we did. Until next time, this is Tony Schiavone for Gordon Solie and Joe Mann, saying so long and good night.
20,000 strong, hear that sound. This is where